Friends, this video covers royalty accounts, a topic included in Financial Accounting Paper 2 prescribed for second sem BCom of Kuvempu University. The same material has been presented in PDF format. The relevant link is given in description. You may kindly refer to the description. In this royalty accounts part 1, the meaning of royalty agreement, meaning of royalty, lessor, lessee, minimum rent, the recoupment, right of recoupment of short workings, and the accounting treatment of royalty transactions in the books of lessor and in the books of lessee have been covered. Now, let us consider each topic one by one. Royalty agreement. Sometimes the people who enjoy special right over some property for lack of facilities or lack of financial resources will be deprived of utilizing such special right. In such a case, they can transfer such special right to some other people who are in a position to use it profitably. This process takes place under an agreement called royalty agreement. Thus, royalty agreement is an agreement between two parties whereby one party who possesses special right over some property gives out such right to another party on lease for using it for a consideration. The former is called the lessor and the latter is called the lessee, and the consideration is called royalty. It means that the owner of the property, owner of a right, who cannot use it properly or profitably for two reasons. He lacks facilities either to utilize such a right or to utilize that property, or he may lack financial resources. Because of these reasons, he cannot utilize the special right possessed by him. In such a case, he may find a proper person who possesses facilities as well as financial resources. Naturally, for a consideration, he may transfer his right to such a party, to such a person, and thereby both are benefited, both the owner and the user, both are benefited. So, this process takes place under an agreement. That agreement is called royalty agreement. The owner in this case is called the lessor and the user is called lessee. The consideration payable by the lessee to the lessor is called a royalty. This royalty agreement includes various terms such as the basis of royalty, how the royalty is calculated, whether it is based on output or based on sales. The basis of royalty is included in the agreement. Nextly, rate of royalty. Rate of royalty may be in terms of rupee or in terms of percentage. That may be given. Nextly, minimum rent. What should be the minimum amount payable by the user to the owner? Right of recoupment of short workings. These are different terms included in royalty agreement. So, we may understand these terms one by one. Meaning of royalty. Royalty is the periodical payment. Periodical payment means payable periodically. Usually, period is in terms of year. What should be paid in the first year, in the second year, in the third year, and so on. During the lease period, what should be the payment made by the user to the owner? So, it is a periodical payment based on output. As already said earlier, the royalty is based either on output or on sale. So, it may be sometime it is based on output produced, sometimes it is based on sales achieved. So, based on output or based on sale made by one party, that is the payment made by one party to another party. What for it is paid? For taking out on lease the special right vested in the latter. The latter here is in this sentence, see the two parties. Payment made by one party, that is the user will make the payment to another party, the receiver of the payment, the consideration, that is the owner. Naturally, a special right is vested in the owner. That right is given out to the user under a lease. So, this periodical payment is called royalty. So, royalty is the periodical payment based on output or sale made by one party to another party for taking out on lease the special right vested in the latter. That means, a periodical payment made by the user to the owner. What for payment is made? For getting the right to use the property of the owner. Consideration is payable. That consideration payable is called royalty. It is the consideration payable periodically by one party to another party for the use of the right of the latter by the former. That is, the user will make the payment periodically to the owner. Such a consideration is called royalty. It may be either mining royalty or patent royalty or copyright royalty. See here, royalty may be of three types: mining royalty, patent royalty, copyright royalty. See here, the periodical payment made to the owner of a mine or a quarry, land, by the user of such mine or quarry for extracting the ore is called mining royalty. That means, a mine is owned by the person who cannot extract the ore. In such a case, he can lease out the property, the mine, to another person for extracting the ore. In such a case, the owner of the mine will get a royalty from the user of such mine. The user is one who extracts the ore. The amount payable by the user to the owner of the mine is called mining royalty. Nextly, the periodical payment made to the holder of patent right, who is called patentee, by the user of such patent right is called patent royalty. Here, patentee, one who possesses a special right which is called patent right. Usually, this is with reference to a new invention made. When a new invention is made, such a right is held by such a person who is called patentee. Now, this patentee can transfer this patent right to another person, and the consideration payable in such a case is called patent royalty. Usually, these two are based on output produced, that is, mining royalty and patent royalty are based on output. As already said, the royalty may be based on output or based on sale. These two, mining royalty and patent royalty, are based on output produced by the lessee. The periodical payment made to the holder of copyright, who is called author, by the book publisher for using the copyright is called copyright royalty. That is the third one. Copyright royalty is the consideration payable by a book publisher to the author of the book. For example, a person writes a book who is called the author. He is the holder of copyright. He will have copyright over such a book written by him. He can write a book, but he may not possess such resources or facilities to publish the books. Then he can seek the help of a publisher. So, publisher is the lessee and author is the lessor. Now, consideration payable by the publisher to the author is called copyright royalty. In this way, the royalties can be mining royalty, patent royalty and copyright royalty. This copyright royalty is based on sales achieved. For example, number of books sold. The sales revenue of books sold will be the basis for calculating royalty, that is copyright royalty. Royalty is an expense from the point of view of lessee. Lessee who pays the royalty, naturally what he spends, what he pays to the lessor will be treated as an expense. Similarly, from the point of view of lessor, royalty is income, that is earned by him, that is receivable from his lessee. So, royalty is an income to the lessor. Now, let us consider the meaning of lessor and lessee. It was already covered. The owner of the property who receives the royalty is called the lessor. The owner of the property who receives the royalty is called the lessor, and the user of the property who pays the royalty is called the lessee. Accordingly, the landlord, the patentee and the author are lessors, and tenant, the patentor and book publisher are lessees, because the latter three are the users, they are lessees. Now, let us consider minimum rent. It is the guaranteed minimum amount which the lessee is required to pay to the lessor in any particular year, irrespective of the output produced or sales achieved by him. That is, while considering the royalty, we come across a minimum rent, the term minimum rent. It is the minimum sum which is guaranteed to the lessor, amount which is guaranteed to be paid to the lessor. That sum is payable irrespective of the output produced by the lessee or sales. If it is based on sales, sales achieved by him becomes irrelevant. Output produced becomes irrelevant. Whether output produced or sales achieved is 0 or less, the minimum amount is payable. That minimum amount is considered as the minimum rent. The objective of the minimum rent is to enable the lessor to get at least the minimum amount in the years of no royalty or less royalty, consequent upon no output or no sale or low output or low sale. It means that since royalty is computed or based on output, when it is based on output, if there is no output in any year or if there is less output, in such a case, the royalty payable, royalty at the agreed rate when it is calculated on output achieved, produced, then a minimum sum might not have been achieved or obtained. In such a case, the lessor, the owner will not get a reasonable amount. Therefore, a minimum sum is guaranteed to him. This is called minimum rent. Similarly, if it is based on sales, if the sales are not up to the expected level, then royalty based on such sales may be very less, very meager. Therefore, the lessor is guaranteed under the royalty agreement a minimum sum which shall be paid irrespective of the output, irrespective of the sales. Such a minimum sum is called minimum rent. This minimum rent is also called dead rent or rock rent. It is called dead rent or rock rent because it remains constant. Of course, depending upon the terms of the agreement, during the lease period, after some time, minimum rent can be revised, but usually it remains constant. Therefore, it is called dead rent or rock rent. It is just like rock. Therefore, it is called rock rent. It should be noted that amount payable by the lessee in any particular year is either the royalty or minimum rent, whichever is more. As already said, the user of the property, who is called lessee, should pay a consideration called royalty to the owner, that is the lessor. While making the payment, we have to consider, we have to compare royalty with the minimum rent. The greater amount, higher amount is payable. We can understand this concept with an example. If royalty at the agreed rate is rupees 8,000 in the first year, that is, royalty is readily available here, given here. At the agreed rate, if the royalty computed is rupees 8,000 in the first year of lease period, rupees 14,000 in the second year. In the second year, royalty is 14,000 and minimum rent agreed is rupees 10,000 per annum. See here, in the first year also minimum rent is 10,000, in the second year also it is 10,000 only, it is per annum. Then amount payable by the lessee is rupees 10,000 in the first year, because in any year the higher amount is payable. See here, royalty is 8,000 in the first year, minimum rent is 10,000, higher amount is 10,000, which is minimum rent. So, minimum rent is more. Therefore, in the first year 10,000 is payable by the lessee to the lessor, but in the second year royalty is 14,000, minimum rent remains constant, it is 10,000 only. Now, royalty in the second year is greater than the minimum rent of 10,000. So, in the second year it is the royalty 14,000 which is payable by the lessee to the lessor. So, remember therefore, in any year amount payable by the lessee to the lessor is either the minimum rent or royalty, whichever is more. Now, the next term is short workings, meaning of short workings and recoupment of short workings. The excess of minimum rent over the actual royalty is called short workings, also called deficiency or shortage. But better term is short workings, that is the difference between minimum rent and royalty. When minimum rent is more than the royalty, then the difference is called short workings. The excess of minimum rent over the actual royalty is called short workings. Now, in the above example, in the first year minimum rent is 10,000 and royalty achieved is 8,000. So, 10,000 minimum rent minus 8,000 royalty. So, 2,000 is short workings in the first year. But in the second year, minimum rent is 10,000 only, but royalty is 14,000. Royalty is more than minimum rent. So, there cannot be any short workings in the second year, but there will be surplus royalty. Now, let us consider meaning of recoupment, recoupment of short workings. When the lessee is allowed or permitted by the lessor to recover the short workings of the earlier years out of the surplus royalties of the later years, it is called recoupment of short workings. The right of getting back the excess payment made in the earlier years during the later years of surplus royalty is called the right of recoupment of short workings. As already said, in any year, the higher of these two, either the minimum rent or royalty, whichever is higher, whichever is more, is payable by the lessee to the lessor. That means the lessee will have paid more in the years of short workings, he will have paid more to the lessor. Therefore, he expects some concession in the subsequent years when there is surplus royalty. So, under the agreement, a clause is included, a right is included. That right is called right of recoupment of short workings. The right of recoupment is usually included in the terms of royalty agreement. This right may be either without any limitation of time, in which case the lessee will enjoy the right throughout the period of lease. There is no time limit here. That is, with regard to recoupment, if the short workings occur in second year, then that can be recouped out of surplus royalty in the third year, in the fourth year, up to the end of the lease period, when there is no time limit at all. Or it may be limited to a specified period. That is, this right may be limited to either a specified period or there can be no such limit. Now, when there is the limit with regard to the recoupment of short workings, this limited period right is further of two types, fixed period right or floating period right. When the lessee is allowed to recover the short workings only within the first few years of lease, it is called the fixed period right. It means that the short workings which is suffered in the first year can be recouped within the first few years, for example, within 3 years. Suppose the clause specifies this time limit. within first 3 years, suppose limit is fixed, then short workings, if any in the first year, can be recouped in the second year if there are surplus royalties in the second year and in third year. Suppose in the second year again there is short workings, then it can be carried forward up to the third year. So, first 3 years, in the third year if there are surplus royalties, then recoupment is possible. Otherwise, in such a case, if it is not possible to recoup such short workings, they are irrecoverable. Therefore, the royalty, the lessee will have to suffer loss. Now, this can be understood when we consider example subsequently. On the other hand, when the lessee is allowed to recover the short workings suffered in any year within the subsequent few years after the year of such short workings, it is said to be floating period right. So, here a flexibility is given. Suppose in the third year short workings are suffered, then subsequent few years, in this sense subsequent 2 years during lease period, suppose the short workings are suffered in the 5th year, then subsequent 2 years means 6th year and 7th year, it is possible to recoup out of the surplus royalty. So, the right of recoupment may be either fixed period right or floating period right. Accordingly, the lessee will have to exercise his right. Recoverable short workings will be shown as an asset by the lessee and a liability by the lessor in the balance sheet as long as they are recoverable. It means that recoverable short workings as per the terms of the agreement, if they are recoverable within 3 years, therefore, they are asset. Recoverable short workings are asset from the point of view of lessee, because amount is receivable, recoverable from the lessor. Therefore, what is due to him, what can be received from other party is always an asset. Therefore, recoverable short workings are treated as an asset from the point of view of lessee. Same is considered as liability from the point of view of lessor, because if there are surplus royalty in subsequent years, then he should make good the short working suffered in the earlier year. Therefore, it is his responsibility to compensate the lessee. Therefore, it is a liability. Any unrecouped portion of short workings due to the expiry of the period of recoupment will result in a loss to the lessee and gain to the lessor. Remember, when the period of recoupment lapses or expires, then if any unrecouped portion, unrecovered portion of short workings, the lessee will have to suffer loss now. Such unrecouped portion will be considered as loss from the point of view of lessee, and he will transfer this loss to his profit and loss account. That is, profit and loss account will be debited in the relevant year. Similarly, same unrecouped portion will be treated as a gain from the point of view of lessor. His gain will also be transferred to his profit and loss account. In the sense, his profit and loss account will be credited with unrecouped portion of short workings in the relevant year. Now, let us consider accounting for royalty transactions. Royalty transactions are recorded by both the lessee and the lessor in their books. Now, while recording these transactions, the lessee will have to maintain or open certain accounts. Similarly, the lessor will have to open certain accounts. See, royalty transactions are recorded in the books of both the lessor and the lessee. The lessee prepares minimum rent account, royalty account, short workings account and lessor's account in his books. Similarly, the lessor prepares minimum rent account, royalty account, short workings allowable account and lessee's account in his books. Remember here, the royalty is an expense from the point of view of lessee and same royalty is considered as an income from the point of view of lessor. Both will be opening royalty account. Some authors will consider royalty as royalty receivable account in the books of lessor, but it is not necessary because when royalty is considered as an income, naturally it is credited. The treatment may be given like this, that is, royalty account in the books of lessee is debited by him as an expense, royalty account is credited being an income in the books of lessor. Now, let us consider these accounts in the books of lessee first. First one, royalty account. In the books of lessee, royalty account, the first account to be prepared by the lessee is royalty account. It is a nominal account in nature. Since it is an expense for the lessee, it is debited. As per the accounting principle, double entry principle, debit all expenses and losses. Since it is an expense, he debits the royalty account. So, royalty account is debited. So, it is a nominal account in nature. As per the nominal account principle, it is debited. At the end of every accounting year, it is closed by transfer to manufacturing account or trading account if it is based on output. It was already explained in earlier. That is, the royalty may be based on output or based on sales. If it is based on output, it is transferred at the end of the year, it is a revenue expense. Therefore, it should be closed at the end of the accounting year. How it is closed? Its balance will be transferred to manufacturing account if it is opened by the lessee. If manufacturing account is not opened, then it is transferred to trading account if it is based on output. But because in such a case, it is considered as a manufacturing expense. When it is based on output, royalty payable is considered as manufacturing expense, therefore, it is transferred to manufacturing account. If that account is not opened, then only it is transferred to trading account. On the other hand, if it is based on sale, it is considered as a selling expense and hence it is transferred to profit and loss account. When it is based on sale, it is not considered as manufacturing expense, it is considered as a selling expense, therefore, it is transferred to profit and loss account by the lessee. Minimum rent account, it is also a nominal account in nature. It is an expense for the lessee. It is therefore debited, just like royalty account. It is closed by transfer to royalty account and short workings account. The effect is explained subsequently while solving the problem. It is closed at the end of the year by transfer to royalty account and short workings account. It should be noted that it is prepared, minimum rent account is prepared only in the years in which there are short workings, because in these years minimum rent being higher than royalty is paid and the relevant account is therefore prepared. That is, when the minimum rent is more than the royalty, naturally higher amount minimum rent is payable. When minimum rent is payable, minimum rent is opened. But in the years of royalty being more than the minimum rent, royalty is payable, therefore minimum rent account does not arise at all. However, there is an option either to open it or not to open it. That means, even when minimum rent is more, in such a year also, there is an option. Without opening minimum rent account also, effect can be given. Next is short workings account. It is debited with the amount of difference between minimum rent and royalty. That is, excess of minimum rent over royalty is called short workings. Therefore, it is debited with the amount of this difference. It is prepared, this account, short workings account is prepared only in those years when the minimum rent is more than the actual royalty. There will not be any short workings in the years in which the actual royalty is equal to or more than the minimum rent. However, short workings can be carried forward to subsequent year or subsequent years so long as they are recoverable and recouped out of surplus royalty in the relevant year or relevant years. The recouped amount is credited to this account. The effect is given subsequently while solving the problem. The irrecoverable short workings being loss will also be credited to this short workings account and debit being given to profit and loss account. Now, lastly, another account to be prepared by the lessee is lessor's account. It is a personal account in nature. Lessor is a person, so the account opened in his name is a personal account in nature naturally. It is credited with the higher of either the minimum rent or royalty when becomes due. That is, in any year, as already said, minimum rent and royalty, the higher of these two is payable by the lessee to the lessor. Therefore, with the higher of these two will be credited to the lessor's account. That amount is credited to lessor's account when it becomes due. Further, when the payment is made, lessor's account is debited with the amount paid to the lessor. Now, let us consider books of lessor. As already said, he also prepares, lessor will also prepare royalty account, minimum rent account, short workings allowable account and the lessee's account. As already said, royalty account is also a nominal account in nature from the point of view of lessor also. It being an income is credited by him. Since it is considered as an ordinary income for the lessor, at the end of every accounting year, it is transferred to profit and loss account, whether it is based on output or sale. Here, from the point of view of lessor, royalty is an ordinary income. Therefore, any ordinary income is transferred to profit and loss account only. Whether this royalty is based on output or based on sale, it being an ordinary income should be transferred to profit and loss account at the end of each year. Nextly, minimum rent account. It is also a nominal account in nature. It is an income for the lessor. It is therefore credited. As per nominal account principle, credit all incomes and gains. So, it is an income, therefore credited. It is closed by transfer to royalty account and short workings account. that is here short workings are short workings allowable. So, finally, royalty is transferred to minimum rent is transferred to royalty account and short workings allowable account. It should be noted that it is prepared only in the years in which there are short workings, because in these years minimum rent being higher than royalty is receivable and the relevant account is prepared. However, there is an option either to open it or not to open it. That means minimum rent account may be opened or may not be opened in the years of minimum rent more than royalty. That is, without opening minimum rent account also the treatment can be given, but in the years of royalty being more than minimum rent, there is no question of opening minimum rent account at all. Short workings allowable account. Short workings account in the books of lessee, same account is considered as short workings allowable account from the point of view of lessor. It is credited with the amount of difference between minimum rent and royalty. It is prepared only in those years when the minimum rent is more than the actual royalty. The amount which is allowed to be recouped is debited to this account. The irrecoverable short workings being gain will also be debited to this account and credit is given to profit and loss account. The quite opposite treatment here. What is treated as loss will be treated as gain. What is treated as loss to the lessee will be treated as gain to the lessor. What is treated as expense to the lessee will be treated as income to the lessor. Finally, another account to be prepared is lessee's account. It is a personal account in nature. Lessee being a person, the account opened in the name of lessee is a personal account in nature. Lessee's account is debited with the higher of either the minimum rent or royalty when becomes receivable. Immediately when it is receivable, higher in any year, as already said, either the minimum rent or royalty, whichever is more, is receivable from the lessee. Therefore, with this higher amount, lessee's account is debited. Further, when payment is received from the lessee, lessee's account is credited with the amount received from the lessee. Bank account debtor to lessee's account. That is, lessee is the giver, credit the giver. Therefore, lessee's account is credited when payment is received from him. Now, let us consider specimen journal entries. Firstly, in the books of lessee, after this in the books of lessor. Now, the journal entries have been mentioned in a table in a summarized form. In the second column, transactions are shown. Nextly, the debit aspect in the third column. In the last column, credit aspect. That is, debit aspect in the sense, for each transaction, the account to be debited, the account to be credited. They are given in column number 3 and column number 4 respectively. Now, in the case of royalty transactions, both the lessee and the lessor will have options with regard to the recording of minimum rent. That is, minimum rent account may be opened, or without opening minimum rent account, the transactions can be recorded. Now, let us consider both of them, how to record the minimum rent without maintaining or opening minimum rent account, how to record the transactions. Let us consider one by one. Case 1. Case 1 in the sense when the royalty is less than minimum rent. The question of opening minimum rent account arises only when royalty is less than minimum rent, because as already explained, in any year, higher of these two, royalty or minimum rent, whichever is more, is payable by the lessee to the lessor. Therefore, when the royalty is less than minimum rent, then minimum rent is payable being more, then only minimum rent account should be opened. Now, in the case 1, it is given royalty is less than minimum rent. In this case, there is an option to open minimum rent account or not to open it. Firstly, let us see if minimum rent account is opened, the entries to be recorded. A. For recording minimum rent payable. Here minimum rent is, as already explained earlier, it is a nominal account in nature. It is an expense for the lessee. As per nominal account principle, it is debited. See the third column, minimum rent account is given there. That means minimum rent account is debited. In the last column, lessor's account is given, means lessor's account is credited. So, the journal entry is minimum rent account debtor to lessor's account. Now, B, that is two entries are recorded when minimum rent account is opened. To give the effect, there are two entries. Second entry is B, for transfer of minimum rent. That is, minimum rent being an expense is finally transferred to royalty account. The difference between minimum rent and royalty will be transferred to short workings account. So, the entry to be recorded is royalty account debtor, short workings account debtor to minimum rent account. That is, with the amount of royalty, royalty is debited, minimum rent is credited with the actual amount of minimum rent. The difference between these two will be debited to short workings account. Now, because of these two entries, when minimum rent account is not opened, a combined entry is passed. See, it is given OR. Instead of passing these two entries, a combined entry may be passed. In such a case, minimum rent account is not opened. That means minimum rent account will not come to picture at all. Above two entries are combined. Here also, short workings account is debited with the difference between minimum rent and royalty. See the above two entries. Once minimum rent account is debited, in the second entry, minimum rent account is credited. So, once debited, once credited, both are cancelled. The remainder are royalty is debited, short workings account debited, lessor's account is credited. Same combined entry is given here. There is no question of opening minimum rent account. So, in the case of the royalty transaction, if minimum rent account is opened, two entries are passed. If minimum rent account is not opened, then those two entries are combined. Combined entry is royalty account debtor with the amount of royalty, short workings account debtor to lessor's account. That means minimum rent is credited to lessor's account. The difference between these two is debited to short workings account. Remember, here when the effect is given in this way, the minimum rent is payable. As already said, the higher of these two, minimum rent or royalty, whichever is more is payable. Now, in the case 2, let us consider in the case 1, royalty is less than minimum rent. I repeat, when royalty is less than minimum rent, we have two options. First option is to open minimum rent account. In the second option, without opening minimum rent account, a combined entry is passed. Instead of passing two entries, a single entry is, combined entry is passed. But in the case 2, royalty is greater than minimum rent. When the royalty is greater than or higher than minimum rent, actual royalty is payable. Again I repeat, that is royalty or minimum rent, whichever is more is payable. Since royalty is more, royalty is payable, minimum rent will not come to the picture at all. Therefore, the entry is royalty account debtor. There is no short workings at all. When royalty is more, short workings account will not exist. Therefore, royalty account debtor, see the above entry, royalty account is debited, here also royalty account is debited. Lessors account is credited, here also lessors account is credited. There is no question of opening short workings account here. So, royalty account is debited with actual royalty, same is credited to lessors account. Now, this is the due entry. When minimum rent or royalty is payable, this entry is passed. When payment is actually made, payment made to lessor. Now, the entry is lessor's account is debited, bank account is credited. That is lessor, the personal account in nature, the person who receives the royalty. When cash is paid through bank, banker is the giver, so bank account is credited, lessor is the receiver, therefore lessor's account is debited. So, lessor's account debtor to bank account. This entry is passed whether minimum rent is paid or actual royalty is paid. Whenever payment is made, what amount is paid by the lessee to the lessor, with that amount lessor's account is debited, bank account is credited. Now, the next transaction is with regard to the recoupment of short workings. Here, short workings exist when minimum rent is more than the actual royalty. This short workings suffered in earlier years may be recouped. The lessor may allow the lessee to recoup this short workings suffered in the earlier years out of the surplus royalty earned in the subsequent years. It depends upon the right of recoupment, which was already explained earlier. Now, recoupment of short workings, if any, in the years of surplus royalty, here we have two options again. Two options in the sense, either two entries are passed or combined entry can also be passed to recoup the short workings. That is, in the year when surplus royalty is there, short workings suffered in the earlier years, if they can be recouped in such a year of surplus royalty, we have two options. Option A, firstly, actual royalty is credited to lessor's account. Then, short workings to be recouped will be debited. Now, see here in the first entry, royalty account is debited with the actual amount of royalty. Remember, royalty, surplus royalty is there, means royalty is more than minimum rent. Therefore, royalty account is debited, credit is given to lessor's account. The amount of royalty, actual royalty is due to the lessor, therefore lessor's account is credited. First entry is royalty account debited, lessor's account credited. And now, with the amount of short workings to be recouped, lessor's account is debited now. Lessor's account debited, short workings account credited. This second entry is passed only with the amount of short workings to be recouped. When these two entries are passed, what is payable to the lessor is the actual amount of royalty minus short workings adjusted. Subsequently, when a problem is solved, this is easily understandable. Now, in the case B, a combined entry is passed. That is, instead of passing two entries, one entry can be passed. After the recoupment of short workings out of surplus royalty, to the extent possible, net balance is credited to lessor's account by passing a combined entry. Royalty account is debited with the amount of actual royalty, then short workings account is credited with the amount of short workings to be recouped. Lessor's account is credited with the balance payable to the lessor. So, we can verify that royalty account is debited, here also royalty account is debited. Lessor's account is credited, lessor's account is credited. Here in the first case, lessor's account is credited with the actual amount of royalty. In the second case, case B, lessor's account is credited with the net amount payable to the lessor after recouping short workings. Short workings in both the case will be credited with the amount of actual short workings to be recouped. This can also be understood when the problem is solved subsequently. Now, consider transfer of irrecoverable short workings. Irrecoverable means when the period of recoupment of short workings expires, then short workings cannot be recouped subsequently. In such a year, the short workings which cannot be recovered, that is irrecoverable short workings, will be treated as loss to the lessee. Naturally, as per the accounting principle, double entry principle, loss is to be transferred to debited to profit and loss account. So, profit and loss account is debited, short workings which are irrecoverable with the amount of irrecoverable short workings account will be credited. Now, the last entry to be passed in each year is the transfer entry. Royalty will be transferred. Transfer of royalty. At the end of each year, royalty account is closed by transfer to manufacturing account or trading account or profit and loss account. Here, option is there, in the sense depending upon each case whether to debit manufacturing account, that means the royalty to be transferred is whether to manufacturing account or to trading account or profit and loss account. Remember here, if the royalty to be paid by the lessee to the lessor is based on actual output, then royalty finally should be transferred to manufacturing account or trading account, because in such a case royalty payable to the lessor is considered as manufacturing expense. Therefore, if manufacturing account is opened by the lessee, then royalty is transferred to manufacturing account. If it is not opened, then royalty is transferred to trading account. Otherwise, if the royalty is based on sales, then royalty is ultimately transferred to profit and loss account. Therefore, option is given there. So, while solving the problem, we have to verify whether royalty is based on output or based on sales. That is also explained or understood when we consider the problem subsequently. So, the entry to transfer the royalty at the end of each year is manufacturing account or trading account or profit and loss account, debtor to royalty account. Here, see, these are in the summarized form. Remember, while solving the problem, information will be given for 4 or 5 years for classroom purpose. When information are available for 4 or 5 years, then depending upon the given information, we have to pass the journal entries, same journal entries repeat depending upon the circumstances. Usual entries are for recording royalty or minimum rent, for the payment of royalty or minimum rent, then transfer of royalty to either trading account or manufacturing account or profit and loss account. These entries are repeated every year, and in a few years or in some years, if there is recoupment, a separate entry is passed. If there are irrecoverable short workings, relevant entry will be passed. So, when we solve the problem subsequently, then these are easily understandable. These are only specimen entries given in summarized form. So, this is about books of lessee. Now, let us consider books of lessor. Specimen journal entries in the books of lessor. Here, you may compare the first table with this table. Here, same explanation is given, because in order to avoid the confusion, case are given, case 1, case 2. The case 1, royalty is less than minimum rent, case 2, royalty is more than minimum rent. What entry should be passed by the lessor? Here consider the royalty from the point of view of lessor is an ordinary income. When an income is earned, then as per nominal account principle, royalty is also being an income, nominal account in nature from the point of view of lessor also. So, naturally credit all incomes and gains. So, royalty is credited by the lessor. Here in case 1, when royalty is less than minimum rent, again here as already said, two options. First option is to open minimum rent account. In the second option, minimum rent account will not be opened. So, in the examination specifically it may be given minimum rent account shall be opened. Then we have no option, minimum rent account shall be opened, two entries should be passed. If it is problem is silent about this, then we have option whether we can open minimum rent account or without opening minimum rent account, a combined entry may also be passed. Now, let us consider in case 1, royalty is less than minimum rent. In this case, there is an option to open minimum rent account or not to open it. If minimum rent account is opened, two entries are passed. For recording minimum rent receivable, here minimum rent is an income as already said. It is receivable by the lessor from the lessee. So, lessee's account debtor, minimum rent account is credited, lessee's account is debited, minimum rent account is credited with the amount of minimum rent. The minimum rent being an income, it is credited. The person, the lessee from whom it is due, his account is debited. Now, the second entry, in the second entry we will transfer minimum rent to the royalty and short workings allowable account. Here from the point of view of lessor, short workings are considered as short workings allowable account. Therefore, minimum rent will be transferred to royalty account and short workings allowable account. See case B, for transfer of minimum rent, short workings allowable account is credited with the difference between minimum rent and royalty. Now, minimum rent account is debited, here transfer entry. Earlier in the first entry, minimum rent account was credited. Now, when it is transferred with the same amount, it is debited now. Minimum rent account is debited with the actual amount of minimum rent. Credit is given to royalty, actual royalty. Royalty here is less than minimum rent. Therefore, royalty account is credited with the amount of royalty, the difference between minimum rent and short workings, minimum rent and royalty will be credited to short workings allowable account. Now, or if minimum rent account is not opened, as already explained in the case of lessee, here also these two entries are combined now. When minimum rent account is not to be opened, then minimum rent account will disappear. When we combine above two entries, minimum rent account in the first entry it was credited, in the second entry it was debited with the same amount. They are cancelled. Remainder lessor's account debited, lessee's account debited, then royalty account is credited, short workings allowable account credited. Now, therefore, without opening minimum rent, effect is given, lessee's account is debited with the amount of minimum rent, royalty is credited with the amount of actual royalty, the difference is credited to short workings allowable account. So, lessee's account debtor to royalty account to short workings allowable account. Now, case 2. Case 2 in the sense royalty is greater than minimum rent. Remember, while solving the problem for first year, for second year, for third year, in some year minimum royalty is less than minimum rent, in some year royalty is greater than minimum rent. Accordingly, we have to pass the journal entry. So, when royalty, case 2 in the sense royalty greater than minimum rent, in which year royalty is minimum rent, in such year we have to pass the relevant entry. See, in this case, since actual royalty is receivable, question of opening minimum rent account does not arise at all. Here minimum rent account need not be opened because royalty is greater amount is payable. So, when royalty itself is payable, there is no question of opening minimum rent account. So, naturally the entry is lessee's account is debited, the person from whom the amount is receivable. So, lessee's account is debited, royalty being an income, it is credited. So, lessee's account debtor to royalty account, this is passed with the amount of actual royalty. Now, payment received from the lessee, whether the first case minimum rent account is opened or not, or in the case of royalty greater than minimum rent. So, in any year minimum rent is receivable or royalty is receivable. So, when amount is received from the lessee, bank account is debited, lessee's account is credited. Personal account principle: debit the receiver, banker is the receiver, credit the giver, lessee is the giver. So, therefore, bank account debited, lessee's account credited with the amount received from the lessee. Now, here also the lessor will allow the lessee to recoup as per the terms of the agreement. When recoupment is made, here also there are two options. In the first case, first option, two entries are passed. In the second case, a combined entry or combined entry is written there. Combined entry can also be passed. Recoupment of short workings, if any, in the years of surplus royalty. Remember, recoupment is possible. Recoupment of short workings suffered in the earlier years is possible in subsequent years when there are surplus royalties. So, in the years of surplus royalty, case A, firstly actual royalties debited to lessee, and then short workings to be recouped will be credited to lessee in the second entry, and net amount is received while getting payment. See, in case A, see the journal entry, first entry is lessee's account debtor to royalty account. Lessee's account debited, royalty account is credited with the amount of actual royalty. Remember, in these years royalty is more. Surplus royalty is there means royalty is greater than minimum rent. Therefore, lessee's account debtor to royalty account. This entry is passed with the amount of actual royalty. Now, in the second entry, the lessee is allowed to recoup the short workings of earlier years. Therefore, short workings allowable which was credited earlier in the years of the short workings, now it is debited with the amount of recoupment. Short workings allowable account is debited, lessee's account is credited with the amount of short workings recouped. Therefore, lessee's account, the net amount is payable or receivable from the lessee, payable by the lessee, receivable by the lessor. So, net amount is received whenever payment is made by the lessee. Now, in the case B or combined entry, those two above two entries are combined here. After allowing the recoupment of short workings out of surplus royalty to the extent possible, net balance is debited to lessee's account by passing a combined entry. See here, to the extent of short workings allowable or possible, short workings allowable account is debited. Then royalty account is credited with the amount of actual royalty. The difference is, that is, balance is payable to the lessee, net balance is debited to lessee's account. So, entries short workings allowable account debtor with the amount of short workings recouped, lessee's account debtor with the amount of difference to royalty account with the amount of actual royalty. So, this is understandable when problem is solved subsequently. Now, transfer of irrecoverable short workings. So, when the period of recoupment expires, then short workings of earlier years which could not be recouped will result in gain to the lessor. What was lost to the lessee will be treated as gain to the lessor. So, being a gain, it is transferred to his profit and loss account. So, short workings allowable account with the amount of irrecoverable short workings allowable account is debited, credit is given to profit and loss account. So, short workings allowable account debtor to profit and loss account. Now, as in the case of lessee, here also lessor will transfer the royalty to his profit and loss account. When the minimum rent account is opened, and in such a case it is transferred to royalty account, or when in the years of royalty greater than minimum rent, royalty account is opened. So, finally, at the end of each year, royalty being an income to the lessor is transferred to his profit and loss account. Remember, here there is no option. Royalty is an income, an ordinary income to the lessor. See, transfer of royalty. At the end of each year, royalty account is closed by transfer to profit and loss account always. It being an ordinary income, royalty is an ordinary income, therefore, it is transferred to profit and loss account, but not to trading account nor to manufacturing account. There is no question of transferring royalty to manufacturing account nor to trading account. It shall be transferred to profit and loss account. So, royalty account debtor to profit and loss account. So, again these are kept in the form of a table, summarized form they are given. As already said, as in the case of lessee, here also in the case of lessor, while solving the problem, when the information are given for 4 years or for 5 years, for each year we have to consider separately whether minimum rent is more or royalty is more. Accordingly, relevant entries are passed, and the entries, common entries are for minimum rent or royalty. Nextly, for the payment of either royalty or minimum rent, finally the transfer of royalty either to trading account or profit and loss account, as the case may be. But in some years, apart from these common 3 entries, for recoupment of short workings, for transfer of irrecoverable short workings, additional entries may have to be passed. So, that should be kept in view while solving any problem. Thank you.